Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of G33k Presents Comic Corner. I am, as always, Steven. And today, we're not going to be talking about just one comic book. In fact, we're not going to be talking about any comic books. Now I know what you're thinking, Steven, it's called Comic Corner. What are you going to talk about if not comic books? Well, I'm going to be talking about a comic convention here in Maine called Coast City Comicon, which is put on in Portland, Maine. Coast City Comicon was started in 2011 by the people who own Coast City Comics in Portland, and Coast City Comicon is the largest comic and entertainment convention in the state of Maine. This year, the con takes place on November 9th and 10th. And of course, they have the Nerd Rave the Friday before, which is November 8th. Now, I've never actually been to the Nerd Rave, but I hear it is good times. Good times. Last year was the second year of the convention, and Matthew, Chris, and myself went down for Saturday and Sunday, and it was huge fun. Yeah, we all had a great time. As a matter of fact, you can see some of the panels and stuff that we recorded on the Geek Life YouTube. We got panels with Daniel Way, the Haunted Maine panel, Escape from Jesus Island panel, and a slew of others, or at least one or two of others, which were all enjoyable. While we were there, we also discovered several new comic book creators who, because we live in the Willywags of Central Maine, not really Willywags, but you know, the closest comic book shop is several towns away. But we met Joseph Schmalke, the creator of the Calamitous Black Devils, a great book, and a pretty nice guy. He actually, one of the events at this year's convention is a film festival, and a movie he made a few years back, Acrylic Midnight, is going to be in the festival. It's a good movie. We actually have a review of it, so check it out. And if you go to check out our review, and if you go to the film festival, check out the film. You won't be disappointed. We also heard about Escape from Jesus Island, which, I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass for not coming up with it myself. I mean, it's about a bunch of mutant Jesuses made from the DNA of Jesus that was on the Shroud of Turin. And honestly, I cannot wait until this book comes out so I can check it out. And I think they were kidding about it last year, but they mentioned bobbleheads, and I want an Escape from Jesus Island bobblehead. So, if Escape from Jesus Island people are watching this, I want a bobblehead. But enough about last year's convention. Let's talk a little bit about this year's convention. this year looks just as good, if not better than last year. Some of this year's guests are Tim Seeley, who's co-creator of Hack Slash, a comic book. I actually have one downloaded from a place online. I can't remember which online store I got it from, but I haven't read it yet. I think it's Hack Slash and versus Ash or something like that from Evil Dead. Don't quote me on it. Also Eric Burnham, who has worked on TMNT, Secret of the Foot. Chris Burnham, who's the co-creator of Bat Cow. Bob Camp, who is co-creator of Ren and Stimpy. I used to love that show as a kid, kind of. I watched it. Bill Corbett, Kevin Murphy, and Mary Jo Peel. Not quite sure how you pronounce that last name. The people from Mystery Science Theater 3000 will be there. As will Gunnar Hansen, the original Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Linnea Quigley, who is America's Scream Queen. She was in a bunch of old horror flicks back in the day, and she's going to be there. Along with the guests, there's also some panels and attractions that people can enjoy at the convention, such as live pro wrestling, a chili cook-off with a Leatherface. Who wouldn't want that? Hopefully, Gunnar Hansen is wearing the Leatherface get up when he's doing the chili cook-off. Oh, that would be awesome! Just have a little bit of flesh drip down into the chili. That would be great. Yes, it would. There's also a skate demo. Mystery Science Theater 3000 screenings and reunion draw-offs. There's going to be a kids drawing workshop, a Savage Streets reunion. Now, I've never watched Savage Streets. I don't know what it is, but it's a reunion. How can you not want to see a reunion for anything? I mean, I'll probably check it out because I will. There's also going to be an Axe Cop screening and Q&A, a live performance of Shilling Shockers with Penny Dreadful, a G.I. Joe panel, the Green Goblin head from Maximum Overdrive will be in attendance at the convention, and of course the film fest I mentioned earlier that will have Acrylic Midnight, among others, playing. With the sampling of what I just told you is going to be at the convention, you know that if you're going to be in the main area, you have to attend this Comicon. It's actually, I think they still have pre-registration on their website, which is like $25 a day or $35 for both. But don't quote me on the price. I'm just going from memory. I'm getting old. I don't always remember correctly. So, yeah, go check out their site. It's coastcitycomiccon.com and coastcitycomics.com. I'm almost positive. I'll double check the links and put them in the description on YouTube. And with that, I bid thee a fond fond farewell. Adieu. And don't forget to buy tickets to Coast City Comic Con. You know you want to go.